Hi, this is Bonnie Allen, and this is the Take a Break project video. And this is Curtis, and Curtis doesn't know much about coding, and so I'm going to explain to him the Take a Break program. And I'm going to hand him this little handout that shows the code here in Sublime Text, the Python program with the build section down here that runs the program. And so Kurt, you can see the program right there. And so basically what this Take a Break project entails is writing a program that will run, and every 2 hours music will play. A web browser will open and play a URL with music, and that'll repeat every 2 hours, and it'll repeat 3 times. And so basically what we did is we launched Sublime Text 2 on MacBook Pro and used the build button under the tools to run the program. And the first thing that we did is we searched on Google to find how to open a web browser in Python. Found webbrowser.open on the Stack Overflow site. Tested that piece of the program to make sure that it would open this link on YouTube to play the music. And at first it didn't open. And so I got an error and it was an import error, no module named web browser. And I kind of spent hours online researching why I was getting that error. I learned a lot about my Mac, the hardware and the software on my computer. However, I think that what I really learned was that I need to ask for help more often on the forum, because what I did is after spending hours, I ultimately went to the forum to ask for help. And when I went to paste in my code, I realized that I had a typo in my web browser .open code. And so once I fixed that, the code ran, and it opened up the link and played the music. And so then that was the check item off. So then the next thing to do was to find out how to get it to wait 2 hours in between time. And so on Google, searched how to make a program wait for 2 hours, and found this time.sleep function. And so all I needed to do was import time to make this time.sleep piece of work in the program. And so then that was number 2. And then the last thing is I needed to figure out how to make it wait and play every 2 hours. And so I needed to put a while loop into the program in order to make it loop through every 2 hours and play the music. And so in order to do that, I used this counter variable to keep track of the number of breaks that I wanted to have taken. Now, Kunal, the instructor, used break count variable, which is a more precise name. And he also used a variable total breaks instead of 3. You notice that I used this number 3 in my code. Well, Kunal used total breaks as a variable in his code. And really, this is illustrating abstract thinking as a programmer, and by using a variable instead of the number 3, and that will allow the program to handle any number of breaks and not just 3. So if I use a variable like Kunal did of total breaks equals 3, I could set my total breaks to equal anything. I could set it to equal 3 or 5 or 7. And so that was a better way to write the code. Even though this code works, my code works with this counter variable and setting it at 3. I could change it to a variable and set it for any amount of times that it would loop around. And as far as using these time.sleep and web browser.open, these are functions that I didn't have to write in my code. I use these already embedded functions in Python to make the loop wait for 2 hour periods, and also to open the web browser. And hiding the detail behind these coded functions is called abstraction. And the programmers are empowered to use these functions just by reading their documentation in this resource called Python Standard Library. And by using these files or modules, this web browser one provides a high-level interface to show websites. In this case, it